today we had a great day. We all watched in horror when the market went like way down here. Bounced from one of my spots that I have. Actually, very important to now, this trend line, you should mark it. I posted in the chat, it's gonna be everything, this one here. And I would not be surprised if it gets absolutely crazy. Obviously, the actual long will not be in until, the bottom, well, I guess the long will not be in until the daily stow on US 500 has been nullified. Now, they can do it in a day. If they do this zigzag pattern here, I would give it another week. Depends, right? So, very interesting here. Check this out. A little bit silly after hours. What's going on here? Right here, we held the 89 on the hourly. Bounced. Ever since, we have been allergic to the 89 on the hourly. So watch it. What I think will happen here is if we are to go up one more time, you're gonna get through the 89 and you are going to reject the 100 really hard, or the 200, sorry. Same thing on the 2 hour. You held this 89 as support, fell down. It's allergic to the, right here, you see it right there, it's allergic to the 2 hour 50, and if it gets through, it will not get through the 2 hour 89. Okay, now if they do save it overnight, the MACD on the 4 hour is still set, and it can go up here and tag this 4 hour 50, but I don't think you get much higher than that. Okay, and I'm kind of trying to draw out some paths for max fuckery, and if we do recover this little here, because this is pretending to be an inverted head and shoulders, and we do get up here tomorrow, it can keep going. It's done it before. Right now the gamma is kind of positioned for something horrific like this. Extreme market, and I would almost, after today and all these positions, and it's fun, you kind of get sucked into it when there's a lot going on, and if you're new and you can't handle it, don't do it. Okay, for instance, I didn't even play meta today. It looked good here and then it dumped. You could have caught a really nice move on meta. Supposedly, if this holds that right there, this can go to 645. They knew about this Nvidia news, right? That Jensen is saying, oh, China's gonna win the AI race. Why say something like that? Comes to mind. Clearly you want something from Trump you're not getting. So again, Nvidia's range is 180 to 215. Okay? But after a move like we had here, I would not personally play it unless you catch it down here due to IV. Avgo, unless you caught that IB Ripper by fluke, you didn't get paid. I didn't play it. Lily tomorrow, supposedly at the White House. You got Trump having a thing at 11. Let's see what that is. Caught this move. Then I tried to roll up because it says it's going to 1,000. I don't know if that. Who knows? I mean, again, These closed at 900 yesterday and ripped to 930 pre-market, so anything's possible. OKLO premiums and the gamma suggests a visit up to here. I don't know if that comes tomorrow or on Friday or next week. Definitely worth having on. Dude, TradingView is so ass sometimes. I can't even stick an alert without it. Anyways, definitely worth exploring on a back test of, there you see the volume shelf, can overshoot it to point of control unless we're building nuke reactors on the moon, maybe not higher. Has earnings next week, that'll be interesting. App did beat, looks to be kind of maybe it's not an IB flush, I don't know what the implied was. ARM flush could move tomorrow, just like we did on AMD today. Remember, Qualcomm definitely a flush. Interesting thing about Qualcomm saying that they have a bunch of demand but not giving any specifics, and you'd think if they'd have specifics you could you know, say it. Bull, nice move up. IONQ also, I guess, but probably within the implied. I just have a pump and dump. I just was looking at all of those. DNUT acting crazy. UPST earnings down. Clearly not time yet. Now Netflix could have sold right there. Didn't. Waiting for this. I mean, it's either gonna go up to here or it's not. It still has a lot of upside potential, but it is hanging out down here. Am I stoked about it? No, but it does have a daily buy signal. Just it needs to get going, that's all I'm saying. Split next week, maybe it goes after the split, we'll see tomorrow. I would like just a move to 1120 and I'll be out of it. Hood flush, and what do I mean by flush if you're new? Well, for instance, a company has earnings, okay, they are good, but stock opens flat. That means that the implied volatility dissipates from the contracts, and let's say they were $500 here. Once it opens flat, they're probably going to be 100, and then when it gets the move, you actually get more gains faster on your contracts. So play the AMD today with that thing, right? I still have these going to 290, and Apple's going to be using Google. So that is not really good for Google, for Apple, because that means that their in-house AI is absolute dog shit, okay, compared to Google's, all right? Coinbase, I mean, it just feels like crypto's getting ready for something. I went 2 weeks in the money on MSTR. There's a Larry Williams setup here where you have a inside sell candle, inside candle. Tomorrow should be a green candle. If I can get some mega rippy on this, that would be fantastic. My only concern with it is this ugly Bitcoin chart that I showed yesterday. One first sell, second sell, and knowing that there's increased risk of a liquidation candle coming. If that pumps tomorrow, I will probably get out of it. And which brings us to, well, still one more. Tesla today, absolute fucking face ripper. Had, I think, 450s, then 460s, 470s, 480s. Votes tomorrow to see if Elon becomes a trillionaire. And I guess the play is if that is true, he'll do buybacks and fucking stock rips to all-time high, I guess. That's the thesis. So I already showed you my wacky QQQ thing. So I have had a fantastic run here. I am probably, if this move works out tomorrow, I'm gonna take out a lot of money for two reasons. I feel like our read has been so freaking good here, calling that, and then this whole run up, and this is a bull flag that they attempted to fail. Same pattern today. I mean, come on, like no, there's no one who fucking does this, which is crazy, is we reap those calls and get out of all of them right there. Was it due to a sell signal? No, I barely even look at these. First of all, I just have it on because I've always had Ideal BB on. It was the premiums. I sold at 71. Now I took those 71, 141%. I mean, I think at 27 again for YOLOs if they want to go. I don't even know what this sell is, but like, I personally don't like a market where you get random moves after hours. I fucking hate it. So until that changes, I am probably gonna get out of everything I'm in tomorrow. And the reason is I have a projected mega sell on Friday. Especially if this doesn't gap up and this grinds up tomorrow. That smells like fuckery to me. Okay? And in that case, I'm just gonna lay it out for you right now. If we get up here, I am buying in the money puts light for Friday. The reason is if I'm wrong or there's news and this wants to drift to all-time high on some bullshit, I want to catch it on 0 DTEs. But if we start to sell, I don't want to be sweating it. My plan is literally to grab puts if we don't go higher, if we're up here on Friday during IB session, and fucking sit on them till the end. And the more brutal the sell is, the better. There's something funky going on with the VIX 1D. Clearly you had an inverted head and shoulders here. This is a level you should be able to swing calls from. But it now is telling me, and the pattern is telling me here, that it wants to go all the way up here first. So, I do think it goes in gap fills. There's no doubt about it. Why do I say that? Because the VIX 1D always gap fills, and pretty fast too. I just don't know if it's gonna gap down and then go do it, or open up here and then drift down all day. If it does that, you are going to get one fucking hell of a spike on it. That's the sell on SPY and QQQ. Now, it'll probably go up to here. That's automatic buy fucking calls, right? Because it does not stay elevated that long. And there's a theory here, if you look, you could even draw a trend line probably here, you know, something like that. Meaning you're gonna get massive unpinning of volatility here very, very soon. So I'm watching this. The fact that we rallied all day and this just stayed down here was funky. In a healthier market, you would be getting VIX crush, market rips, and the VIX 1D goes up with the market. But here you got the VIX 1D rising while the market was selling. And you also had this party line. And if you don't have my party lines marked on your VIX chart, here they are. That one, that one, that one, that one. They're all magnets, right? So that was a magnet, right?
it was a magnet. That line worked as a magnet into close, which is a little bit unsettling as well. So, point of it is, I don't want anybody getting fucked. There's going to be plenty of markets. I think we're going to get a major low very soon. They're playing games. So let's check what the NAMO is at after today. So here, even the NAMO suggests that you've had this range for months, right? You fell. This was merely a back test, and you still are waiting for that final mega sell. So in other words, what we are looking for, to me, we're looking for something like this. And you have all these Hindenburg omens online and all this shit, and I'm not disregarding them at all. I think that it is worth paying attention to. I just think there's more sell. We need a sell exhaustion candle, and I showed you yesterday, probably to fill this week down to here. Okay, add a little bit of alerts there, something like that. And once you get the sell, you're not trying to knife catch it. Psychologically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna buy bounce calls for the next day after hours on SPY. Make it easy for yourself. Okay, but I do think this structure here does not look healthy. You still have an island gap. We haven't come up here. This is still an island here. Not healthy. So for tomorrow, you had, let me double check. I know this is a little bit technical today, but whatever. We have irregular pattern tomorrow. Woohoo! Do I want to get fucked by the irregular pattern tomorrow? No. It is an early high though. We should have gotten high in the final hour. That didn't fucking happen. Glad I sold my premiums. This is a wall into the close. A rejection of what exactly? Besides point of control, Todd showed you this level here. Okay, great, but you know what it was on US 500, right? Here, it is that 89 of the 1 hour is the market. Now we're wicking off here. It's still set up to go. We're gonna need some news. Do I think it goes over this level? No, I fucking don't. I really don't. And I just don't want anyone to get hurt. I feel like you're gonna get this volatility, then this market's gonna return soon enough, right? That's how the market works. It's very important to not get hurt during this shit or this shit. This is, if anybody's wondering why I'm not a heavy swing trader or own stocks, is this. And I also know one day this is gonna continue. And I'm not trying to be overly bearish here. I'm just saying premiums right now with this VIX setup and this VIX 1D setup requires you to really fucking know what you are doing. Okay? It is very, very tricky. Now you need to get a lot of buy volume and breadth into end of day. For instance, looking at the chart, like the Dow Jones doesn't look nearly as nasty. A lot of rotation. I mean, JPM still at 311. I don't know if it was the right call to go with QQQ. I just felt like this was overdone and overcooked. We will see tomorrow. A lot of crypto positioning to the upside, it seems. But yeah. Let's quickly take a look. I've kind of plotted everything out there. You saw on QQQ. For tomorrow here on SPY, it's gonna be the 6th. God damn, we are here. Dun 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 dun. You need over 681. You can go up there. Reject here, and that comes fast. Okay, really fast. Because so far you've just rejected, and I do think we have that phantom down there at 6
67 and then 662, and I do think we get down here soon enough. That does not mean there's not a possible pop here. So hopefully this gives you an idea what to look out for, and I will see you on the train tomorrow. God bless you.